Okay, welcome back. It is Monday, so you know what time it is. It's time to be honest. That was corny. I hated that. Ugh. Anyway, welcome back, guys. This week's topic is kind of what I felt like I've been going through this week, and kind of what I felt like maybe everyone has been going through this week. I've been talking to my mom about it recently. She's my rock. And so I titled this episode, What Now? I'm going to try and make this about 10 minutes. I realized last video was very long, and I know that not everyone wants to sit there watching a 20-minute video, so I'm going to try like 10 to 15, I promise. I hope. So, what now? And what I really want to break it down to is, I have these seasons of highs, and even days of highs and lows, if that makes sense. And that's where I'm going with this is I have these days where I'm good, like I can do anything. I'll record a video, I'll edit, and I feel like I can get anything done and nothing can stop me. I feel successful. And then literally anything can happen. I'm just going to be very transparent. A couple of weeks ago, I had some relatives pass away. And I was coming off of a high moment. I felt like last semester was rough, but I was starting to get my life back on track. And then it was like, like really, world? Like, why? It seems like we're doing so well, and then the world just loves to just bring something to make it interesting. Like, so yeah, I have these high moments, and then something comes and destroys that. And then I'm in these like low moments. And for me, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I'm in these low moments for a long time. And it sucks because then I feel like I don't want to do anything. Why does it even matter? And like there's no motivation. And I hate those. I hate feeling like this roller coaster of highs and lows. And I mean, unfortunately, that's life. There's always going to be those highs and lows. But what I want to talk about is how we can get out of those lows together and maybe not make them so long. And I basically want to bring it back to college because this is Bri Honestly College Edition. And basically say this. I know I told you guys that I am right now paying for college, and so I spent all my senior year and all of high school trying to get good grades, trying to build up savings and working as well as going to school and applying for financial aid, applying for scholarships, all of these like little things. And I'm focusing so much on going to college. I get to college. So what now? Like I saved, I did everything was to go to college, and I'm at college, and it's like, well, I made it. Like, what's next, And I think that's part of the reason why we have these moments of highs and then these like crash and burn lows is because we have these goals that aren't constant, ever-changing goals. They're goals that are just for our immediate circumstance, and we can't live, paycheck to paycheck or circumstance by circumstance, because then when the moments are good, they're going to be good, but when the moments are bad, they're going to be really bad. And no one wants to live that way. That's like miserable. So what I'm suggesting, what I'm trying to speak on is we need to start creating goals for ourselves that we can build on and that are going to be constant. So I only had going to college. And once I got there, I was like, well, what do I do now? Like there's nothing, I have no motivation. And that motivation could have been fixed by me saying, okay, here's my plan. And it doesn't need to be, crazy out there. You don't have to have your life together to make up a goal. It could have been something as simple as, okay, I'm going to get to college. And when I get to college, I'm going to be successful by joining a club. Or I'm going to go to college, I'm going to pay for college, I'm going to make one good friend. Or I'm going to go to college and I'm going to start something new, like a podcast. And I didn't do that. I regret that. Because now I'm figuring this as I go. And these situations can apply to anything, not just college. So another thing that I also want to address is that when you are in these lows, something that I found has worked for me, because when you are in those lows, it can be hard to want to make a goal. It can be hard to be motivated. But what you can do is use your voice, because there's power in your words, and I firmly believe that. And it's important to use your emotional vocabulary. And that's just a brain thing. There's a lot of research that you guys can look into about this. But you know how you have like an IQ? Well, you also have an EQ. And your emotional intelligence is built up by learning how to express what you're feeling. If you talk through what you're feeling and identify, what's the root of everything that you're going through, then you can start to, bit by bit, chunk by chunk, dissolve whatever you're going through and get to the root of the problem. So, for example, I have been making these podcasts and I feel really good about them. I've been having people, text me or Instagram me. Thank you so much for Instagramming me and messaging me and being very open and vulnerable about what you're going through, and I appreciate that. And it's been helping me, because I'm like, wow, these podcasts and these YouTube videos are helping. And then it's like, after I create them, after they're out there, after everyone has texted me, and I'm alone with myself, I'm like, what do I do? I don't know. I feel like being alone with my thoughts is hard, and then I get a lot of anxiety. I don't know if that's something that you go through, but I'm there with you. So I get a lot of anxiety, and my anxiety turns into like heartburn for some reason. I don't know why, but what you go through emotionally manifests physically. I'm not kidding you. I get heartburn. And so I've had to like backtrack and, speak out loud. And even these videos have been helping me kind of work through, investigate why I feel the way I do. And saying them out loud helps me. It really does. And so I've had to backtrack, like, okay, why do I have so much anxiety? And I think part of it is being, quarantined, unfortunately. I love my family, but I like to go outside. I like to explore. I like to take road trips, and I like to see the parks and see people. I'm a people watcher. I know that's weird, but I love it. And I can't do that. So I feel like all my energy is like, and I like to go to the gym. I can't go to the gym. Working out in the house is great. I encourage you to do it, but for me, it's very difficult to be motivated. And so I've had to like backtrack that and slowly, like, I'll just put my, hand on my chest and breathe, because my anxiety comes out as anger, and I don't like that. I don't like to be angry. So just to recap, just to reiterate, there are going to be a lot of highs and lows in your life. I currently, gonna be honest, I'm at a low right now, but I think everyone is kind of feeling that cabin fever from this quarantine, from this coronavirus. Oh my goodness. But it's important to do two things. One is, recognize where you're at and, just speak to yourself, or maybe like write it out in a journal or a diary. I always find that to be very helpful. And start to backtrack. Like, what is the root of your anxiety? What is the root of your depression? What is the root of your anger? Why do you feel this way? Why are you in a low state? And start to work from there. Answer those questions, and maybe this helps you. And the second thing that I would say to do is, again, make those goals that you can build upon and that are not so like finite, if that makes sense. So my example was, all I worked up to in high school is going to college, but nothing more. You don't have to have life figured out to have meaningful goals that you can build upon. Another thing that I'm trying to do this year is be healthy. And I mean that in the most whole, well-rounded way possible. I want to be healthy in my diet. I've been trying a vegetarian diet this year. I've been trying to do 1 year. And you don't have to be a vegetarian to be healthy, let me just say that. But I am trying to make sure that I explore more than just meat, and I explore how to get creative with meals. And being a vegetarian does truly help with that. I have realized that being a vegetarian is not for me. I like meat, and after this year is over, I am going to be, a higher percentage of plant-based, but I'm also going to, throw in those healthy, lean fats and see where that takes me. And meats. And, so that's just another example that you can take from this. But as always, you guys, please message me if you need me. Reach out if you want to talk about this further. I know I've had a few conversations with a few people. I will say that FaceTiming is difficult for me. For some reason, I get very nervous FaceTiming people. But if you absolutely want to FaceTime me, you can. I don't know why I do that. I am way better in person. Unfortunately, we are in quarantine, so that's not possible. But I'm also, I can also text and Instagram, whatever. But share these videos, because I know that this is something I've talked to my mom that she's going through, has gone through. My siblings who are older than me, younger than me, this is something that you're going to continue to go through life. So if you have any questions, or maybe add to this, tell me what you think is good to get out of those lows, comment below. And I'll see you next Monday. Thank you so much for watching. I kept this under 15 minutes. Thank the Lord. Alrighty, guys. Bye.